Good evening, VectorVest. My name is Ryan and welcome to the channel. Now, it's always a pleasure giving you these presentations. For those that are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you found this information informative. Now, that being said, there's been some earnings going on this week that has gotten my attention. Now, I am going to focus on an industry this evening that's, had some rough times, a lot of bad publicity in the headlines right now with one company in particular. However, some of the other companies coming out of this space right now are reporting strong earnings and have even increased their forecasts going into next quarter. Tonight, we are going to focus on airlines. That's right. We're going to take a look at the earnings reports for both United Airlines and Alaska, which just came out this morning. On top of that, we're going to take a look at the industry chart and give you VectorVest top 5 picks for airlines going forward. Now, that being said, if this is something that you're interested in, stick around and let's get started. Now, this all started on Tuesday when United Airlines reported earnings and jumped 17%. I mean, the company, they beat revenue, they beat earnings, all with the Boeing problems at hand. That's right. They actually cut their 2024 fleet plan, cutting the new aircraft they expect almost in half. Now, Alaska Airlines just released their earnings as well, topping 2024 forecast amongst the Boeing issues. I think this was a surprise to most investors that these airliners are raising their guidance, raising their earnings expectations going into the next quarter. Thus, investors are getting excited about the space. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the VectorVest 7 software and see what it's trying to tell us about this industry as a whole. Now, we're in the VectorVest 7 software. I have this on the NPI layout. That's our near perfect indicator, and we're looking at the airline industry. Now, that being said here, you can see the trend over the last 3 months to the upside with a little bit of a dip over the last few weeks, however, trying to gain some ground over the last few trading sessions. Now, I will say this, as a caution, I wouldn't necessarily jump right into these airline stocks quite yet. As we can see here, the trend no longer in our favor. And if we look below at our RT moving averages, which gives us a sense of trigger here, we just haven't seen that over the last 3 months. And both of these are trending to the downside. Now, if we go over to the home page here, we can also see the major indices still struggling to stay in positive territory once again here. But look at the color guard. Yellow and red lights are dominating the color guard. The trends are down right now with the primary wave going down. Thus, if you do decide to jump into these airline stocks, you are taking on a lot more necessary risk because you are going against the market. Now, that being said, if you just put these in a watch list, keep an eye on some of these airline stocks, wait for the market to come to you. I have a feeling this industry will work out very well. Now, before we jump into these stocks, down below, we do have the watch list average here. And one thing I will say is look at the RS, or the relative safety, coming in at 0.93. Now, as I was going through the airline stocks throughout the VectorVest software, not very many of them had a RS above 1. So that being said, this industry is not safe in particular. Therefore, if you're more conservative in nature, you may want to stay away from these airline stocks at the moment. Now, on a positive note though, look at all these stocks. They are all moving up today. After both of these companies released earnings, these stocks are taking a charge to the upside right now. We see SkyWest, SKYW here, currently trading at $68. We value it at 96, so an undervalued stock here. Fundamentally, with RV, RS here, great fundamentals, buy rating, growth rate of 29%. You can see why it's at the top of this list here. Definitely a great airline to take a look at. Next up, we have United Airlines here, still showing some momentum to the upside, up another 3% today, trading at $50. We value it at 64. Fundamentally mixed RV, so it does show some long-term price appreciation. But like I was saying, look at the RS in this column. Not many stocks have an RS above 1, so I just wanted to give you that fair warning. And look at the RT relative timing. This stock is moving up currently. Does have the buy rating, growth rate of 24%. Great company. Next up, we got Delta here. Look, up once again, trading at 48. We valued at 63. If you haven't noticed, most of these stocks are undervalued, which is a great sign for upside potential. Now, RV and RS, again, in the same scenario here, RV above 1 while RS is below 1. However, the stock is trending up, making money right now for the bulls. So we gave it a buy rating and the growth rate is at 20. Now, the theme continues with Ryanair here, again, up once a day. Fundamentally, very sound here. RS is above 1. So if you are a more conservative investor, this or SkyWest might be best suitable for your type of investing. However, look at the RT relative timing. The trend is against us. So if you are going to jump into this, I would have some patience and wait and let the stock come to you so that way we can make sure it is trending up. Now, this is the only airline stock here with a hold rating currently. However, look at the growth rate, 28%, second highest in the list. Now, Alaska Airlines, it is up quite a bit today off its earnings post, up 4% right now. We're currently trading at $44. We valued at $35, so it is slightly overvalued. Now, that being said, fundamentals are weak right now. Nice uptrend, buy rating, but look at the growth rate. It is the lowest in the list, and on top of that, the relative safety is also the lowest in the list, so just be careful. Now, next up is Boeing. This is not one of the 5 stocks, but I just wanted to talk about Boeing because because of all the safety regulations and issues that have been having here, putting some burden on airline stocks in general. Now, Boeing is moving up today. We value it at $88, currently trading at $171, so greatly overvalued. That's your first warning sign when it comes to Boeing here. RVRS, poor fundamentals. Even the RT relative timing, that trend is going down and it's got some magnitude behind it because it sits at 0.73. So at no surprise, look, the recommendation is sell. So if you're thinking about bottom fishing on Boeing right now, it might be a little too early as the magnitude of this downtrend is very strong. Now, this earnings season, I am going to try a new concept, and as a cluster of companies report from the same industry, I want to put out a video giving you that information and giving you an update on any changes in that industry. Now, as far as the airlines here, the biggest update we see is that their 2024 forecast have been risen. Investors are getting excited, but as we jumped into the VectorVest 7 system, we did see a high risk tolerance needed to get into some of these positions with RS so low. And on top of that, the market's just not in our favor. So if you decide to get into these positions, I'd have some patience, wait for the market to come to you before getting into these positions. And if you have that patience, I have a feeling 2024 will be your year. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the content, and I'll see you next week. Good night.
Hey, VV Nation, do you have access to the VectorVest tool, the most powerful tool in the industry right now? No? Well, I'm going to give you an opportunity to take advantage of an outstanding deal. Simply go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. You can take advantage of VectorVest 30 days for $9.95. That's an outrageous price for a trial. So what do you get? Well, you get the opportunity to see how we have outperformed the S&P 500 by over 2,000% for the last 20 years. We'll go down and we can see that we track over 18,000 stocks globally and have access to analyzing those. And we've got 25 years of accurate market predictions. Yes, folks, we time the market. Simply, folks, all you have to do is go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. $9.95 for 30 days. And we offer a hassle-free refund. Folks, take advantage of it right now.